So, on our soul's journey, it is very important that we develop our talents and cultivate them because we were given innate talents and we were meant to continue to ripen them, to mature them, and so that they may fully blossom in the world as a gift to share, as the gem within you, like the salt within the clam, that turns into the pearl. That's very much like your talents. And so, early on in life, maybe you had different interests that you moved to because of this reason or that reason or whatever happened, uh, well, we're not just meant to explore our interests. Maybe we're interested in doing some kind of social media work or some coaching work, or you want to be a doctor or a lawyer or whatever the things people want to be. Well, why are you actually interested in that? Why is there an interest? Because someone told you it was valuable, it was viable, it was reasonable, right? It's practical. Well, I mean, that maybe isn't enough. And so don't just explore your interests because you have an interest. Really tune into yourself and be like, well, where is this interest coming from? And is this actually going to support me on my journey? Or is it going to support the world really in a wholesome way? The detriment would be to explore too deeply into an interest that we have no talent in, no innate talent. So you can look at this, look at yourself as a child. What were the things you were really good at that like just naturally and people complimented you on? And ask your parents, ask your friends, maybe reach out to some childhood friends and stuff. Be like, hey, what did you like think I was really talented at? And you look, and maybe they know, maybe they don't, and so you might have to explore a bit on your own. And maybe if you work with someone, they're able to perceive some things. Usually, I ask people, what their innate talents is, and I start talking to them for like, you know, 10, 15 minutes, and we're talking, and I ask them some questions. The next thing I know, like they're saying like this and that, and I'm like, that's an innate talent. So they didn't even realize that they have a gem. They don't see it as valuable, but it's because they're not seeing the bigger picture. So certain things that people are really good at naturally are really amazing things. Like for example, this one woman I was with, we were talking about certain consciousness develop exercises, and we were talking about subtle ways you can perceive the world, and the different voyances. You have like your clairvoyance to be able to see, clairaudience, hearing, and there's different ones. Clairsentience is very much feeling oriented, to feel energy, so to speak. Anyways, we were talking, and she was like, "Yeah, I'm not really intuitive. Like, I don't have like any of these perceptions, but she's like, if I did, then it would be through seeing." And I was like, "Oh, good. Okay, you can see very well." And she was referring more to like an inner seeing or an extrasensory seeing. And so she she was doing that, and so I showed her a little symbol that I had on me, a little piece of jewelry actually, and I was like, all right, look at this for a moment, just concentrate on it. And I said, close your eyes and visualize it. And so she did. And then I was like, good. Now, how was that for you? She was like, very easy. And I was like, how accurate was your visualization? She was like, super accurate. I was like, great. You're innately talented in visualization because you never practiced it as like something, So something as simple as that could be an innate gift. Maybe you make people feel calm when you're around, or you have a way of wording things that's very helpful for them, or there's many things it could be that you're innately talented in. And so look at that. Like when I was a kid, I would always build these like intricate designs with sometimes with Legos, sometimes with like these other building materials. Sometimes I would just build things out of like whatever I had. And I really liked it, and I thought it was like super fun. So I would build, and that's something I'm still into today. Is like designing things and building things, and I just have a sense for it. It's an innate talent, and so we're meant to build upon that and cultivate that, and continue to ripen it. So as I was saying, the detriment would be to explore something that you are interested in, but you have no innate talent. So that could be the way to determine this is see what you did awkwardly. So maybe there's certain things that were kind of awkward for you growing up when you went to school. Like maybe you found art awkward, or singing awkward. And there's a little level of discernment there because there can be a little bit of resistance or self judgment around these things. So the important thing is like it's healthy to sing, it's healthy to do art, but maybe you're not going to be a master artist, and that's okay. Not everyone's here to be a master artist. Um, you have your own innate gifts, and maybe you are meant to be a master artist. Maybe being an accountant because it's like practical and makes money isn't the most valuable way to spend all of your time. Maybe some of your time, and maybe you can make that into an art too. So I mean, you figure out your own life, but I'm not here to tell you what to do. Just give you some insights into uncovering, your gem, your hidden gem. And yeah, so look at the things you found awkward, like maybe sports were awkward for you, or maybe a certain type of sport. Maybe you were really good at like track and field or wrestling or something that was very like um, physical oriented, but maybe like a ball sport, like a baseball or a soccer, you found kind of awkward. So maybe you weren't that talented at the ball sport. And sure, you can develop skill, but you don't want to go too far developing something that you don't have like a certain level of talent for, because your talent can really be taken out to a whole nother level. That's your genius. That's where you're gonna like shock the world in a really incredible way, is with your talent. If you take your talent, like let's say you are talented with the ball sport, and then you develop the skill and the discipline, well, you're gonna be like super next level, right? You're gonna be like one of these pro guys. So yeah, look at the things that are awkward for you. Maybe, like I said, it was the sports or the art or um, public speaking, though that's for a lot of people. But I mean, I struggled personally public speaking a bit, but now it's super easy for me. So don't necessarily shy away from things, but you don't want to try to develop it so much so that's like your main thing. But that's where I said some of your beliefs can come in, because actually a lot of people do tell me like I'm quite articulate and a good speaker and stuff like that. So in that case, like it wasn't actually that I was a bad speaker. I just had fears and different subconscious processes getting in the way. So you can sort through those and get more clear on what you are actually good at, so to speak. Uh, yeah, so observe those and really spend time developing that. And if you're a parent, this is very important. Don't just let your kid do things out of an interest. Like, guide them to be, I mean, allow them to explore, let them test many different things, but don't let them go too far into something that's not really for them, or they're not like innately having gifts in it. Like, if it seems like they're really awkward doing it, it's not so beneficial for them. It might actually weaken their confidence in themselves, and so you can actually take them into something that they really thrive in. And when you do that, they're gonna shine because they're gonna feel happy, they're gonna feel seen, and they're gonna be like, wow, like I'm vibing, like I'm doing really good with this. So, yes, they might have challenges in certain things, but we don't want to put them in situations where they're awkward. Like this can be seen a lot of movement. Certain movements are challenging for certain kids. Like I said, with the ball sport, some kids are more oriented towards them, while others are more maybe just fitness oriented. They're good at just being in their body, doing different things. So don't have them go and do a sport that they're super awkward doing, because it might be to their detriment. If they want to do it, let them try it, but don't let them spend like years and years trying to become good at something that like they're not talented at, because you're actually gonna like basically steal them of the opportunity to be, maybe they're really good at singing, or they're really good, like they're really talented at making jokes, or they're really an amazing painter. Like, be like, oh, like, I know you want to do a sporting thing, but maybe we just go out to the park and we throw a ball or something, and you don't need to go to practice every day and try to be on this like thing, just like focus on this painting thing, because you're really good at it. And it's a dance with the parenting. So, but we want to ripen those talents from within them. We don't want them to be trying to go down the wrong path to like prove something to us or prove something to anybody, or to do it for the wrong reasons. We want to be coming from within them on a deep level, and this takes a bit of skill, to be able to see that within somebody, so, and within yourself. So explore this, your innate talents. Ask for help if you need. People can guide you. Yeah, and just, it's an exploration. You'll learn more as you go in your life, but life is also a limited time opportunity, which is why it's a detriment to go too far into an interest that we have no innate talent in, because you're never going to be necessarily like the great at it, but there's something or several things that maybe you would be. So find those, because those are your blossoms, your gems to share with the world.